Hey guys, how's it going? It's Aaron with my channel, and I played Tenyi Synchro Brave Good Card deck at San Antonio's case Tourney at Shenanigans. I got second place, lost in the finals obviously to Based, so pretty unfortunate, but I think the deck performed really well and I wanted to share it with you guys, so here we go. All the Brave cards that are pretty standard at this point. I played 2 Griffin because when you open Red Rose, you want to have a level 7 monster to go with it, so you can make Baron pretty efficiently. To go along with that, we play the Tenyis, which are 3 Ashuna and 3 Vishuddha, 2 Adhara. This one's good. If I was playing Vessel, I'd play 3, but I'm not. And I wanted to make some space for a few more hand traps, so I only had space for 2 of them. And Red Rose, this card's absurd. Rocks and Basil. Yeah, you always want to get access to the card either through normaling it or through Fiber, and if you have a level 7 to go along with it, obviously you get to Baron, and that's just really absurd. Baron to protect all of your plays. We've got Taya, Moye, 001, and Blackout. So this is just for Auroradon. If you only open Fiber, you use this to make Yazi pop it, just like normal stuff. And then these are the options off of Yazi and Chizhou. This is the search target. I played Long One originally, but I cut it just because if you don't open a Tenyi name, it's not as good. And since I'm not playing Vessel, you don't open them as often. And then Moye, it makes Taya not a brick. And then sometimes the deck can grind and actually turn into a little bit of a Tenyi Sorcerer deck. So having the additional name and like some follow-up is really nice. And then we play a lot of hand traps. Nabir, Ash, Baylor, Ogre, 2 Bell, and 1 Token Collector. I chose not to play Fairy Tale Snow so I could play this instead. It's just another hand trap, so Snow's a dead draw and this is a hand trap. So that's more beneficial. And then they're both axes off of Shooting Riser. I expected to play mostly combo decks and Brave decks, so this is better in my opinion. And then 3 Itelli just for more extenders. So that's 45 cards in the main deck. I think that number is pretty good. It reduces the bricks, and then you still have a good chance of opening all the cards and all that. Extra deck, 2 Fiber. Alright, there we go. When you're in the base deck, you only play 1, but this deck, Fiber is like your main play. The first one will generally summon Red Rose, and the second one will summon the 001 to help end the game. 2 Monk and 1 Auroradon is pretty normal stuff. The second Monk is probably the most flexible spot. It doesn't come up too often, but if you get into a grinding matchup, it's really beneficial if you open them. Formula Synchron, this is part of like the normal, if you open Red Rose and a level 7 with the Brave stuff, you just go, you leave Fiber up and then you go into this on your opponent's turn, Synchro with the Chizhou into either the level 10 Sword Soul monsters that are really good. Herald, if you open a Shuna or, actually yeah, if you have a Shuna access, you can go into this. And you go Yazi plus Herald, and then Shooting Riser, Yazi, just good level 7 Synchros, this card's absurd. It wouldn't surprise me if this card gets banned eventually. And then Shooting Riser, it's not as strong in this deck compared to the Brave deck, because I play less options, but overall the card's still really strong. Baxia, Chizhou, and Zuko Berserker. Just in the Tenyi deck, it's really nice to have more options that are worms. But it being a level 8 means you don't get to it as often. But yeah, Baxia, I don't summon at level 1 almost ever, so I think only 1's necessary for when you go second. And then the 3 level 10s, these cards are all absurd. This card on its own stops the Brave engine. Baron de Fleur obviously is broken, protects your plays, and Shenging is really good in the DPE decks. It's just really hard to out, and I think it's just one of the most important cards in the mid-range matchups. And then side deck, more hand traps. We got Gamma, Driver, and then 3 Phantasme. This card's a level 7, so it's nice. It gets you deeper into your deck. I'm not super convinced on it being good, but I side down on some of the Tenyi package post side. I leave in 3 Vishuddha, but I'll cut down in Ashuna. So it just keeps your level 7 count relatively high while also getting you deeper into your deck. And then if they negate it, it's the same thing as every other hand traps. So I don't think it's too big of an issue. 2 Cosmic, 3 Twin. I just wanted to have a lot of out-to-backer decks. Twin's a little bit better, just because you want to hit all the Prank Kids cards or all of the Flenderies cards that they can be setting these days. So yeah, I think it's necessary to play a little bit more. Cosmic's better than Storm in my opinion, just because it still isn't out to Scythe decks, and you just want to have as many as possible against them. And then going first, I just had 2 Tactics called by. This stops Shifter and Lancia and all the really broken cards. And then Tactics, just really strong card, gives you hand access. You generally don't try to draw off it because a lot of times you're not going to draw anything that furthers your plays. So yeah, that's the list. Shout out to Josh for the deck. I don't think he's around here. Yeah, he gave me pretty much the entire deck, so shout out to him and Nathan. And shout out to Epik Cards and Games, obviously. Shenanigans are in a really smooth event, so appreciate y'all for that. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.